Hey guys, I have been meaning to do this video for a while now, so I just want to talk to you guys about raw veganism and this whole ex-vegan factor. It's too clear of a trend for me to ignore and to not speak out about this. Vegan Police, Natalie from Fruit and Family, Kayla Giselle, who's since changed her name to Kayla C. I'm sure there's more. There's another Natalie Fruit Feast or something like that. Lots and lots and lots and lots of people who go raw vegan for whatever period of time, and then they all of a sudden, poof, they're not even vegan anymore. And I'm like, why does this happen? Okay, there's probably numerous reasons why this happens. And I think it not only has to do with the nutrition side, but I think it also has to do with the social side. You know, if you are an influencer, a YouTuber, or whatever, and you put your name as raw vegan, your posts are raw vegan, your videos are raw vegan, then that honestly is a buttload of pressure on top of the pressure of staying vegan, raw vegan itself. And don't confuse this with being vegan, because being vegan is easy. There are so many vegan foods out there. Cheap, expensive, tasty, healthy, whatever side of the spectrum, you know, or in between, back and forth, whatever that you're on, it's great. Stay vegan. It's good for the environment, it's good for your body, it's good for workers, people, neighbors of the factories, it's good for the future, it's good for the animals, it's good for everything, okay? So the problem is when people put so much pressure on themselves to be raw vegan. And I really don't think that this is a good state of mind to be in. Raw veganism may have been our, natural, and I do believe, eating fruit and everything was our natural, way that we evolved to be. However, in this day and age, when there's so many temptations and this and that, and everybody, all of your friends probably eat a certain way, all of your family eats a certain way. Like, again, there's so many factors. I don't even want to go through them. It's just like a lot to try to go raw. And I don't know about you guys, but when I try to go raw, it doesn't last very long. When I want what I want, I want it. And I get it. I get what I want when I want it, damn it. But, it sounds like a good idea. Even I get enticed into doing it, and I'm like anti-raw on certain levels. I mean, I'm not. If you feel great eating that way, if you're not depriving yourself, if you're getting enough calories, if you can afford it, yada, 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 the list goes on, then yeah, stay raw vegan. But to label yourself as fully raw or like 100% raw, first of all, it's bullshit, because you're probably going to eat nuts that have been cooked over whatever 180 degrees. You're probably going to eat condiments that have been cooked or dried or processed in different ways. I don't think that's a bad thing. If I was going to be a raw vegan, I would be a loose raw vegan and just be like mostly. And when I've done it, I did it that way. And it's just like anything else. It's just like keto, honestly. If you're limiting the snacks, if you're limiting the choices that you can have on a daily basis, you're going to consume less food. So it's restrictive. And I think that's the number one reason why I don't like it. And I don't feel like veganism, especially in this day and age, is restrictive at all. So two completely different things. But what happens is people, they put this pressure on themselves, and they what is up with it? It's like they always have to be doing some sort of challenge, or like it's going to be this big thing. We're counting to some massive amount of number of days. It's like a badge of honor to say, I've been raw vegan for 4 months, and this many days in a row, or this many years. And it's like, okay, well, good for you. It's a lot of pressure socially if you're going to say, I'm raw vegan, and then you fail. Say you fail your own challenge, and you're like, what are you going to do? And the odds of that, I just feel like, are too strong. Again, the pull of cooked food is a lot, but that's because in this day and age, when we work jobs, when we work out, I eat so much. Like, there's a 500 gram carbs, 400 or 500 grams of carbs is like what I aim for every day, and I have no problems eating that. 3,000 calories, easy. When I first went vegan for the first 2 weeks, I ate between 4,000 and 6,000 calories. Do you know how much time, money, and effort that would cost if you were eating raw, completely raw? And I would get bored and I would want some, different stuff. And especially for somebody who's not been vegan for a very long time, and I mean like years and years and years, because there is a difference in your cravings and your composition and how long you can go without food and everything like that. I feel like from when I started, even the first few years up until now being like 5 years out on veganism. So I say don't go for it. I say don't get sucked into this, golden, shiny idea, fresh and clean idea of going raw vegan for any certain amount of time. If you're going to do it for a day or a week or whatever, that's great. I wouldn't even do that, honestly. To me, I wouldn't do it. If your body's telling you to eat cooked foods, it's nothing to be ashamed of. And a lot of people have to deal with this whole idea of failure. And so when they feel like a failure on something that they had such high hopes for, it kind of rubs over into veganism as a whole. And that's why I think that people, and they, honestly, people might get a lot of backlash if they say they're going, raw vegan and then they don't. Or let's say, like in the case of Natalie, Fruit and Family, poof. You see in July of 2017 on her blog, she posted about 365 days, this big challenge, a year of eating raw, okay? By July, she had posted one more blog post. That's the only blog post that she had since then, okay? And then after that, there's nothing. Her YouTube channel's down. I used to follow her all the time. I love her. I wish she was still making videos, but I don't even know if she's a vegan anymore. And, there was one ex-vegan that had posted a while back about this vegan that had been vegan for, 20-something years or more. And was, they were like, oh, and she did it the right way. She was raw vegan. And so this disproves veganism. Like, honestly, stop it. Just stop it. Stop trying to go raw. Stop trying to put too much pressure on yourself to be too pure, too clean, too slim, too fit, too much of a, of an influencer or whatever. And just do what you need to do. Let your body chill and have what it wants, and you can better influence people and stay on an even keel instead of doing these crazy up and downs like vegan police and then end up going vegan, not vegan. And a lot of it's for attention too. So that's why I think on both sides of it, it's like, oh, look at me, I'm raw vegan, I need attention, which we all want attention, so I get it, but I just really feel like it's not the right thing to do. Again, if you feel like raw vegan is great, then go for it, but I wouldn't put a timeline on it, and I wouldn't even commit to it, a whole channel to it or anything, because I get it gets a lot of views, but really, what happens if you change your mind, And people could say the same for veganism, but it's not the same at all. So, those are my 2 cents. Really? Yeah? Oh, you're so sweet, Rocky. You're so sweet.